Hello, hello, hello. It's me again. This is Real Talk with a Mirror. Doing another one, y'all. It is Tuesday, the 18th, April the 18th. Hope everyone had a good day. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is starting to see the role that you play in your life, in your happiness, and what you want and what you don't want. You're in control of a lot of that, a whole bunch of that. Yes, y'all, doing another one. Today's topic, seeing the shooting of the young man that went to the wrong door. That's what I'm gonna talk about today. I think I just talked about gun violence a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago. And it is something that probably the whole world needs to take a look at. Definitely the United States. Definitely the black community. Because again, I'm black. My biggest concern is my people, my sisters, my brothers, my kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews. Because those are the people that are closest to me. But yes, I'm going to talk a little bit about this shooting. I did not see this the first day it happened, and it really did not come out. You know, sometimes when you try to hide something, it explodes in your face. Like, definitely, I've been in that position too, but I don't think they really announced this because someone said something and I didn't know what they were talking about. But that's because it was not expressed in the media or the news. And now, guess what? It's out of control. It's everywhere. So if we are honest and, you know, letting things be known, truthful, then we don't have to have no explosions. But I did bring up a couple of articles on this. Here is one from The Guardian. Says U.S. News, buckets of tears, mother of black teen shot after going to the wrong address. And that is, and this has happened before where someone has shot somebody for coming onto their property or trying to break into their car. You know, there are some stand your ground laws in certain places, but for you to just go to the wrong door, and I think this has happened before too, if I'm remembering. You just imagine you going, and I've definitely knocked on the wrong door before, with all of the, you know, the DoorDash, the Uber Eats, the Instacart. Surely those people go to wrong doors. And this young man, he was going to go pick up family from a wrong door. Just imagine being shot and almost killed. Something really to think about. The mother of Ralph Yarl, a black teenager who was shot by a white man after ringing the man's doorbell, says that her son has been mentally replaying the shooting over and over. And of course you would. As a tragic, I can't even imagine it. Says Cleo Nagbe, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right, says that her son is still facing physical challenges from last week's attack when Andrew Lester, a white North Kansas City resident, shot Yarl twice. Once in the head and once in the arm. And it's a miracle. I know a lot of people don't believe in God and don't believe in miracles, but it's a miracle this young man is alive. There's nothing but God. After the 16-year-old went to a mistaken address to pick up his siblings. And, you know, for the man that shot him, he's a elderly man, a white man. And you have to. And I know I listen to what is it, 103.7. I've been listening to that radio station the last few weeks, last couple months, and they were stating that they couldn't just arrest him immediately because they had no evidence or no witness statement. That you can't just hold someone. Missouri is a state that they only can hold someone for 24 hours, I believe. Other states, 48 hours or longer, that they can hold someone until they find out what really happened. And the radio station was stating that no, we can't have all these hypothetical, well, what if he had died, or what if it's about the facts. So they could not hold him because they did not have all the facts yet. They did not have a witness statement. And as far as our legal laws, they could only hold him for 24 hours or so many hours. So Yarl is surrounded by a team of medical professionals, Nagby added, as well as his uncle, aunt, and Nagby herself, who has been a nurse for 20 years. So he has people that can take care of him at home, and I'm so glad for that, because they're going to take care of him the best. Since being released from the hospital, Yarl has been recovering at home. The 16-year-old honor student and marching band member spoke with Joe Biden on Monday, with the president saying he would pray for Yarl and his family and call for justice. And Lester was charged with assault in first degree, which is Missouri's term for attempted murder. I don't think I've heard that in the media or the radio. According to KansasCity.com, the armed criminal action he faces a maximum sentence of life in prison if convicted of assault in the first degree, and a maximum of 15 years in prison for armed criminal action. And Mr. Lester, I believe he is very elderly. I don't know if I have his age right now up, but 84, I believe, an 84-year-old. So if he does go to prison, he's probably going to die in prison. You know, and sometimes I think that certain things that happen, they are solely to teach us something, a lesson. So will people even learn from this lesson? How many elderly people out here, if you know, and to give some elderly, you know, to give elderly people credit, some elderly people are sharp as a whip. You can't get nothing past them. They're very coherent. They're very on point, and they may have a gun or weapons, and they're very capable of handling those weapons. And then there are some that may be having dementia or Alzheimer's starting, very afraid or weak or whatever. I don't know. And this man, I really don't know. All I've seen is his picture. He doesn't look all that, I don't know, from looks, that there may be some other things going on. Not trying to judge anybody, but he doesn't look all that like sharp as a tack. So if you have family members, this should teach some people. If you have family members, sometimes we just need to run through some scenarios with people, our elderly people, our children. If this happens, this is what you need to do. You can't just do this. Have you thought about this? A lot of times we just in that program, we're in that matrix. We're not even thinking outside the box. Literally, you got to think outside the box. So if you have elderly parents, uncles, aunts with weapons, hopefully this can be an example to a lot of them. You can't just shoot somebody that knocks at your door that you're afraid of. The first option you have is to not open the damn door. You don't have to open a door when somebody knocks on it. Look out a peephole. If you don't have a peephole, let them knock. We have to start being more smarter. This is really dumb. Really dumb. That you would just start shooting when you didn't even have to open up a door. And I don't think anybody has said that, oh, it was a error and blah, blah, blah. He was afraid. You know what? I am a single woman. People have knocked on my door. And I actually have a glass door, a glass partition of the door. A part of my door is glass. I can look at it. Okay, I don't know who that is. Okay, I don't know who it is. I don't want to answer. I'm not going to answer the damn door. It's locked. So I go back, sit my ass down, or go wherever the hell I was at and continue on with my evening. Was there some fear in that? Possibly, because I don't know who the hell this is. I'm not answering it. And that's all it is. You go on. But just to open your door and shoot someone because you're afraid, that's some different mental things going on. So I am hoping that this situation wakes some people up. Everything that happens should make people think. It should make people start to wonder, well, what if this happened? What if this happens to me? What can I do different? But I am glad this young man is still alive. Praise God. Prayers. He had God watching over him. Or it wasn't his time to go. However you want to look at it. Ralph Yarl in GoFundMe raises over $2.8 million. I think it's up to $3 million. And I am glad for that because they're going to have years of recovery and bills, and just his life has totally changed now just because he went to a wrong door. But yes, we have got to start thinking. I can't get too deep into this because I don't know all the circumstances. But I did want to talk about it. Just on the aspect of gun violence. You have to be smart when you have a gun. Guns, you need to be a responsible gun owner. Responsible gun ownership. And we need to, some of us know people who have guns right now that shouldn't have them. Maybe you need a reporter. Maybe you need to go confiscate those guns. Because some people don't need to have guns, young and old, white, black, women, men. Some people don't need to have guns. They don't have the right mindset or the right temper or mentality. So that is definitely something that we all need to think about. But for someone to shoot through a door, shoot someone in their head, shoot someone in the shoulder, shooting through a door, I'm not exactly sure what other information the police needed to know, or did they react promptly. But like I said, I did hear today there's a certain amount of time and they need certain evidence. And the radio station today said we can't be talking hypothetically because we need to talk facts. But, yeah, we can't talk hypothetically, so I'm going to stay away from that. Like, if he was black, if they were white, different story. So I'm not even going to elaborate on that. But such a tragedy for this young man and even for the elderly man. But fear is real. But we need to be able to control that fear and be still logical. Fear needs to be logical. I can't just shoot someone because they knock at my door. I can't just hurt someone because I don't like the color of them, because I think all black men are violent or criminals. And I definitely believe some of that is, we have this stereotype of black men. They're thugs, they're criminals, they're out to get me. For some white people, I'm in danger. And media perpetuates this stereotype. So Mr. Lester could have this, any black man that shows up at my door, they coming to get me, they trying to rob me, but media perpetuates this shit, and it's not real. There are some violent black men. There are some violent white men. So we need to get a hold of some of these things that we put out and push out in the media, these stereotypes, because they're not real. They're not real. There are evil and good people in every race, every culture. White, black, Mexican, Chinese, Japanese, Russian, Slovakian, whoever, everything, Hungarian, whatever. Good and evil in all things. So we definitely need to crush a lot of that. Maybe this wouldn't have happened if Mr. Lester didn't think all black men were coming to rob him or steal from him. He would have just seen a human being at his door. Which is what this young man was. Someone at the wrong door. But yes, y'all, I am going to do another Kansas City Music Minute. And doing Mr. Juan Rossi again. Still haven't had anybody reach out to me yet. But I'm open. Kansas City Music Minute. As long as you're not talking about no too explicit stuff, then we can do it. But yes, y'all, doing another Kansas City Music Minute. This is from Juan Rossi's Game Lacent website where he sells beats. This is one I found. Another good one that I found. It's called Riding in the City. And I liked it. So I'm about to play it. Here it comes. Juan Rossi, Riding in the City from Game Lacent. And I thought about doing my first little rap. So I did type out a little something. Riding in the city. I'm tired of everybody just shooting and killing, even stealing. We don't care, and some of us are very aware. But a lot of us just stare. We don't see what is meant to be seen. All of the shit in the background. But can you hear the sound? Can you hear the sound? A young man almost lost his life. Almost got to never have a wife. Oh my God, what is the world coming to that you can't even ring a doorbell? Oh, hell. Whites afraid of blacks, blacks afraid of whites. So much strife in this life. You can lose your life in a minute, in a second, every hour. Why are we not using our power? Today is the hour. Alright, y'all, that's my first little rap. And this is Mr. Juan Rossi Beats. Riding in the City. You can go buy this beat on GameLacing.com. Doing another Kansas City Music Minute. again, back to my topic. Mr. Ralph Yarl's shooting. And yes, Can't See Music Minute. Back to our topic. I hate it when stuff like this happens. It shows you the inhumanity, the ugliness of humans. It also shows you the goodness. Their family has raised over $3 million. Because like I said, this young man's life is changed forever. Never gonna be the same again. Never. Yeah, and I like I said, I do feel a lot of people's pain personally in my heart, my gut. But I hope, justice for someone that's been shot by an 80-some-odd-year-old person. I don't know. That's hard. But we have got to become more in tune and more in touch with ourselves and everyone else. Everyone is so divided and unconnected. Oh, them over there, they over there, she do this, he do. We all are connected. What happens to you happens to me. What affects you affects me in some kind of way. Even energetically, we are all connected. I know people don't want to think that, but we are. And this is just such a sad story. And then, this young man had to go knock on multiple doors to get help. We are so afraid and unwilling to help each other. You can't even help. You can see this as a young man. It's not like y'all got gang shootings out in North Kansas City, but no one could open up their door and help him. They had to take him to go to multiple doors, and he's been shot in the head and the shoulder. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm gonna say it. That's horrible. But like I said, I hope when things like this happens, people can change from it. Some good can come from it as far as us thinking and helping each other, being different, changing something. Whew. But yes, y'all, getting late. I'm ready to go to bed. It's been a long week. But I hope this young man does fully recover. I hope it does change some people's minds. I hope it prompts people to go look at who has guns in their family, immediate and otherwise, and their friends. Go reevaluate or evaluate some things in your life and make some changes. Gun violence is horrible for everyone. And gun violence just does not affect black. Like we see in this, it also is affecting white. Gun violence affects everyone. Young, old, black, white. Affects everyone. So let's start taking gun violence serious. Let's do better. But yes, y'all, this has been my Real Talk with Amira podcast Tuesday. Hope everyone has a good night. I hope everyone is thinking about gun violence. Change something, do something different. You can't be responsible, turn in your gun. If you think you are so fearful that you shoot somebody just knocking at your door, or turn in your gun. But yes, this has been another Real Talk with Amira podcast. Did another Kansas City Music Minute. Everyone have a lovely evening and a better tomorrow. Peace.